Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. Good morning. I'm also live on Facebook. Good morning. Happy Good Friday to everyone. As I'm wearing black, all black. Spring has not really sprung in Montana, but I'm hopeful. It's not snowing. So it was snowing a couple days ago, and it's not snowing now. So hopefully it'll be halfway decent out for this weekend. But good morning. This is Billy Parrott, Billy and B Town, Meridian Real Estate, and it's coffee chat time. I will, full disclosure, I almost wasn't even going to go live today because I have been so busy with other things, the show, real estate, being a mom, all the above, that I completely forgot that I need to do a coffee chat. So I thought, well, what better thing to talk about than the spring real estate market and how to prepare your home if you are indeed thinking about selling your property this year. So we'll get going on that. I'm going to open my comments here to see if anybody's kind of commenting. But anyway, so I just wanted to give you a few tips, some things to consider if you are thinking about selling your house. Hey, Brandy, good morning. Brandy's watching. So one of the biggest things is curb appeal. Okay. So just stand outside your house or your condo or wherever you live. Really look at it. Okay. Because we live in our houses, we live in our properties, and we don't really notice things. Sometimes it will also help if you have a friend or your realtor would help you with this. Just be like, hey, will you come over and just kind of tell me some things that pop out to you, some things that I should fix or look at cleaning or redoing. Because again, we're in and out of our house all the time. We don't notice those kind of things. So one of the biggest things is like your front door. That is the entryway to your product. Okay. Because yes, your house, when you are listing it, is no longer your house. It is a product that you are selling. So front door. If there is a bunch of peeling paint or it's just dingy, because I mean your front door takes a beating, especially here in Montana. We've got the snow, the wind, there's dirt, mud. So either cleaning your front door or repainting it, or maybe even replacing your front door, just depending on the shape of the door. Because again, that is the entryway into your product. Lighting is huge. You want to make sure that all of your light bulbs outside are functioning and not doing that weird flickering thing when the light bulb's about to die. The other big thing is cleaning the light fixture because those get dirty. They get bugs in them. They get dingy, so then it's not bright. So cleaning those out, changing out light bulbs, using a brighter watt light bulb for outside. The other thing is shrubs. Trimming your shrubs. If you have shrubs in front of your house, you don't want them looking overgrown, because if they look overgrown, that tells a potential buyer, well, if the outside it looks like this, what's the inside look like? Okay. So that is the first part. It's like a first impression, right? It's like a first date. Okay. If you don't like what you see, you're not going to move further, right? So definitely curb appeal is huge. And with spring coming, it's fun to put, some potted, well, not in Montana yet because it's not warm enough. And I don't like fake flowers. Do not do fake flowers. But like if you are in a warmer climate, or once we do get warmer here in spring, putting a nice little pot of flowers by the front door, a nice little rug. Here's a big one, a nice door wreath. That would be the only time I would say fake flowers are allowed. A nice little spring door wreath really adds a lot, especially if it has a pop of color. So consider that your curb appeal. Oh, manicuring your lawn. I live in an HOA, so I don't have to do my lawn. But if you don't have that, you definitely want to make sure that you're mowing your lawn, keeping the grass trimmed. Again, if the grass is up to here and you're not mowing, they're going to think, okay, if they're not taking care of their lawn, what the heck does the inside look like? I don't even want to move further. So those are easy, simple things that don't really cost much or anything at all. Just a little bit of elbow grease. Cleaning your windows. This is huge. I see this all of the time. I'll go to look at a property and the windows, you can't even see out the windows because they just haven't been washed. So get some Windex. Hire your kid. If you got kids, if you got a neighbor kid, pay him a couple dollars, clean all my windows or power wash the windows. So that's a huge thing. It's cleaning the windows. And you get those little cobwebs in the corner, like by your front door, clean all those. Just trust me, it will help. The second thing, this is a huge one, you guys. Declutter your house. If you are going to, I mean, and this goes for anything. I mean, this is the time now, even if you're not going to sell your house, it's called the spring cleaning, right? Spring clean. Just if you haven't used something in the last 30 days, get rid of it. Get rid of it. And honestly, I'm not one to talk. I'm a busy lady and I have tons of stuff that I need to do. So, this is kind of I'm preaching to myself, okay? Declutter. You don't want a bunch of things on your counter, your dresser, especially kitchen counters. You want those to look as clean as possible. Cabinets, you don't want potential buyers coming in, opening cabinets, and things are falling down on them. You don't want to open up the junk. We all have those junk drawers. You don't want to open those up and it's just full of nonsense. So just start now. Start today. Just go through the minimalists. I don't know if you guys follow them. They have this awesome, I did it once. It's like a 30-day minimalist challenge where like the first day you get rid of one thing, the second day 2 things, third day 3 things, and so on and so forth till you reach the 30-day. By that time, I can't remember how many items you've gotten rid of, but I did that once and I was like, holy cow. And it's harder than you think. Like, oh gosh, I can't get rid of that. I might use it someday. No, if you haven't used it in the last 30 days, you're never going to use it. So just get rid of it. Just throw it away. Get rid of it. And so there are organizations in town, like nonprofit, that could use these items. So don't actually throw that away. But like Family Promise, they take furniture. Family Services, they take donations for their thrift shop. So those kind of places, just take it to them. They'll give you like a little tax deduction thing for donations. So that would be the best way to get rid of those items. And sometimes these places will actually come pick them up. So if you give them a call and say, hey, I got this furniture, I've got these clothes or whatever, they'll come pick it up for you. Depersonalize. Take down, and I always tell this to people when we're going to list a house, take down all of your personal photos, family photos, all of that. Yes, you have a great looking family, but you don't. Here's what happens, because I even do this as an agent when I'm touring a house. I'm looking at the pictures. Who lives here? Who is that? Do I know them? Nosy. So just take them down. You're going to have to take them down anyway. Take them down, pack them up. It's one less thing you have to pack when you move. So definitely do that. Anything that's kind of, and hunters, you're going to hate me for saying this. I love you, hunters. You got to take down those trophy heads. You got to take them down because it's not for everyone. Not everyone enjoys them. So take them down, put them in the garage, store them away for now, save them for your new house. But definitely that's one thing. Take that down. Any major, and I hate to say this too, it's Good Friday, certain religious things too, you probably want to consider maybe pulling those off. Just depersonalize, because again, this is your product that you're selling. It's no longer your house. It's no longer where, well, you live there, but you need to let the buyer allow themselves to picture themselves, I'm saying this is too wordy, living in your house. Does that make sense? Okay. So if they're seeing a bunch of your stuff, they're like, this is not my house. So depersonalize. Always think, and this is why I tell people, think Pottery Barn catalog. Okay. I mean, maybe not to that extent, but you know what I'm saying. Very clean, minimal. That's how you want it to look. I'm drinking chai tea today, which, oh, look at that. Manifest that shit. That has a lot of caffeine in it, and I can feel it. My heart's like, whew. Uh, deep clean everything. This is the time to break out the Swiffer, the cleaning supplies, throw on some gloves, and get down to business. I'm talking baseboards, wiping down walls. This is the biggest thing. The light switch plates, those get really dirty because your hands are, on it, especially if you have kids, turning on and off the lights. So wiping those down, maybe even replacing some of them if, sometimes they get cracks in them. But wiping those down, making sure that those are clean. Again, cleaning light fixtures of cobwebs, even like the glass, if you have glass fixtures, wiping those down because those, they get dingy. Let's see. Oh, the biggest thing too is like in the bathroom, cleaning the shower enclosure, like really, really good. You don't want mildew stained, mold, looking things. Like, especially like if you have the tile, the grout, clean that, like bleach, like clean it. Like you want it to look as clean as possible. If you can't do it, you don't have time, like somebody like me, hire a cleaner, hire a professional cleaner, just to come in for a day and just go to town on your house. I'm trying to think what else that I see with cleaning. Oh, carpets. Like especially if you have pets, you want to make sure you clean the carpets. But here's the thing: don't clean the carpets the day before or 2 days before you put the property on the market, because especially if you have pets, it brings up smells when you're cleaning the carpets. So you want some time to be able to air that out, open the windows, spray a little deodorizer on there. But that's one thing that I have noticed, like the day or two before somebody lists it, and you could tell they've cleaned the carpets because it's like musty smelling in there. It's just not a good smell. So just keep that in mind if you're going to do that. The other thing is kitchen cabinets kind of get skipped a lot, but we're cooking, we're getting grease everywhere. Food splatters, wiping down those kitchen cabinets is huge. You don't want them to look dingy. Let's see what else. Oh, forgot what oh yeah, repair and update. So if again, I think I've lived in my house for like 7 years. There's still little things here and there that I'm like, oh, I'll get to that later. Especially like my window latches, they're old, they've broken off. Fix those little items, because if you don't, a potential buyer, all they're going to do is start deducting money off the asking price. Oh, I got to fix that. It could be a $2 fix, but they're deducting $50 right out the gate. So just those little minor repairs around the house, things that that need to be done. Get your HVAC serviced and cleaned out. Do that, because more than likely the buyer's going to ask for it anyway during inspection. So those are some things there. If you've got some dingy walls, maybe you've lived in your house for years, maybe you smoke, and so you get that that yellow coating. Repaint, clean and repaint. Fresh paint does wonders, and it doesn't cost very much money. And neutral colors. Definitely go with neutral colors, because again, you want to appeal to all buyers, all potential buyers. Don't go like with some crazy hot pink or red. No, don't do it. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Consider staging, having the home staged. Now, you don't necessarily have to hire a stager. A lot of times, I know for me, if the person already has good furniture, good pieces, we can work with what they have, help them move things around. A lot of times, again, you don't really think like, oh, shoot, I should have had my living room set up like this all these years, because you live in it, right? So having that fresh perspective, that third party, somebody to kind of help, like, hey, I think it would, like, the living room would look bigger if we move the couch like this or situate things. So I know I do that for my clients, but it could be a friend that kind of helps you out. There are people that, and I can give you a couple names that will just come to your house and give you like a consultation, right? They'll say, hey, I think, if you do this, if you move your stuff around this, or if you paint this wall this color, or do this, they'll help you with that kind of stuff. And it doesn't cost that much. I think maybe a few $100s for somebody to come in and give you a consultation. And then staging, a lot of times realtors will offer that in their marketing package to have the home staged for you. So that's another option too, especially if like a vacant home, that might be the only way to go if you don't have any furniture. Highlighting outdoor living spaces. So like if you have like those little solar light, walkway lights, those are really nice and appealing, especially at night. Again, with the outside light fixtures, make sure you have good lighting. And then like if you have like a little fountain or like spotlighting a certain like if you've got like those little statues in your backyard, something like that. Just like nice little mood lighting goes a long way. That does help a lot. Like like in the gardens. Okay, like if you have a garden, like those little lights, those little solar lights, you could pop a few in there just to kind of give it a little bit of a pop there. Let's see. Oh, here's a big one. If you have your house on the market, do not have all of the blinds shut, all of the curtains shut for showings. Obviously, like if it's a vacant home and you want it to be secure and you're like, you don't want people looking in to see that it's empty, I understand that. But you definitely for showings want every single blind open, every curtain open. You want to have as much natural light coming in that house as possible. I've seen it time and time again, especially like and these are more like investment properties, but they've got like a towel, like a towel pinned up, like hiding the whole window, and it's dark and it's not welcoming in there. So just don't do towels. Curtains are not that much money. Just please don't put towels up on the window. Because it makes a huge difference, because I'll go in, I'm taking that towel down to let the light in to show the buyer like how nice it could be. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on from that. Creating a springish vibe, even though it's not that nice out right now in Montana. It is supposed to be like 50, I think, on Saturday, hopefully. Bringing like fresh flowers into the house, like putting them on a table, makes a huge difference, and it makes it feel welcoming. I mean, flowers cost like $5, right? I mean, yeah, you have to like freshen them up every once in a while, or bowl fruits, like some apples, oranges, lemons, just something bright and fresh, will make all the difference. Professional photography. So if you are going to list your property, I highly recommend having professional photos done. The professional photographer will have like a wide angle lens. They have the lighting. They know the angles as to which to take, the pictures. My biggest pet peeve is when I see a listing online, especially one that's like $1 million listing, and you could tell they were taken from their phone. Some are taken from their car. And you could tell because you could see the rearview mirror on the corner. So yeah, just it doesn't cost that much. And again, if you're hiring a realtor, make sure that's part of what they offer is professional photography. I do that even on a mobile home. Like it doesn't matter what the property is, I'm hiring a professional photographer to get those pictures done. Because that's the first impression, right? It's like a first date. If they're swiping, right? If they're swiping photos and they're like, you want them to stop on your photo and say, oh, I want to see more, and to continue to click. So photos are everything. Market timing. Again, this is something that your real estate professional can help you with, deciding, hey, is this a good time? Honestly, there's really no like perfect time to sell your house. I know a lot of times people will list in the spring just because it's just easier, it's nicer, it's starting to get warm, people are starting to think, I want to move, I'm ready to make a move. Or maybe, school, they want to make sure they're moving so they could start the new school year. There's all sorts of reasons, but it has to work best for you. Okay. It doesn't matter. Like I've sold a house in the dead of winter when it's 20 degrees below. So it really doesn't matter. So whatever the timing is for you, that's when you put it on the market. But yeah, usually early spring is when we see a surge of listings coming on the market, and buyers too. But the thing is, if you're listing when everybody else is, more competition. So if you're listing when it's a little bit slower, less competition. I'm just going to throw that up there. Hopefully that helped give you some ideas, some things to consider if you are thinking about listing in the spring. So a couple things that are happening this weekend, I have to tout. The Lost Boy at Billing Studio Theater is opening this Friday. So break legs, everybody. The Lost Boy. So Lost Boy is kind of a Peter Pan spinoff. So anyway, that's opening today at the Billing Studio Theater. So definitely go check that out. I think they run for a couple weeks. And then there are some Easter egg hunts happening. There's one happening at Beartooth Harley Davidson. They've got theirs that they do annually. That will be at Saturday. And then South Park. There will be one on the south side at South Park on Saturday as well. And then there's two huge Easter brunches, because that's what people do. They go to church and then they go eat. Two Easter brunches happening on Sunday. There's one at the 10, which is at the Northern Hotel. And then there's one at the DoubleTree, which is also downtown. So those two things are happening. And I think that's what I've got for you. Yeah. So a lot of you have probably seen some of my videos about the wedding singer rehearsals. So I was just going to kind of give you a little bit of an update on what's happening with that. So I am the choreographer. So The Wedding Singer, it's a movie that came out back in, let me help me out here, maybe the 2000s. I don't know. It's got Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, and it's based in the 80s. It's about a guy he's a wedding singer. He's supposed to get married to the love of his life. Anyway, she leaves him at the altar, and he ends up meeting this other gal. Anyway, it's a really, really fun movie if you haven't seen it. But this is the musical version. So a lot of 80s music, same characters, pretty much a lot of dancing, a lot of funny lines. But I'm the choreographer for it, but I'm also in it. I'm playing the part of Linda, who is actually the one that did leave Robbie Hart. Is it Robbie Hart? Is it Robbie Hart? I think so. Leaves him at the altar. So I get to choreograph 12 different numbers, 12 numbers. And I have to get it all done by, I think by the end of April is when I need to like have them all done and taught by, because I'm going to be gone quite a bit in May. So that's a lot. That is a lot. One of them is actually 6 minutes long. Oh, wish me luck on that. But so far I've got 2 down, 2 choreographed, 10 more to go. So it's fun. We rehearse usually 5 days a week, 5 nights a week. And then obviously we have to rehearse on our own too, learn the lines, things like that. But yeah, if you're ever interested in acting, dancing, singing, we need actors, we need singers, we need dancers, we need choreographers, we need stage help. We need help. Like if you are good with lighting design, sound, I mean, we're always needing people like that. And I shouldn't say we, I don't work for Billing Studio Theater, but I'm a volunteer at Billing Studio. And I know what they're always needing. So if you're ever interested, hit me up. I'll get you connected with the people that you need to be in contact with to get started. But it's fun. I love it. It's a great time. We've got a great cast. But that will be opening May 31st at Billing Studio Theater. So mark your calendars. I would love to see you all there. I have 2 solo numbers, which I'm freaking out about because you all know I'm not a singer. Both of them I have to sing by myself. No backup, just me and dancing at the same time. So it should be fun. It'll be good. Just for that, you should come. Just don't heckle me. Don't throw tomatoes or whatever. So, well, that's all I got for you guys. What time is it? Oh, hey, look at that. I didn't even have anything really prepared, and I went a whole half hour. I hope you guys have fun this Easter weekend. Spend time with your family, and we'll see you next week. What is next week? Next week is April. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a cheer. My daughter has a cheer competition next Saturday in Missoula, but I'll probably still do a coffee chat on Friday before I leave. All right. Well, we'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. We're gonna end the stream.